Welcome back to another episode of Timberborn. So right now it is cycle 4, day 2. Nothing really happened during the rest of the drought. We just got some more land, and the reason I left this cutout is because it is for another forester whenever I get around to building that. But we have to have a colony that can sustain that forester as well. I unlocked the triple platforms, and I've started building over here, so we will be able to move our deep water pumps. And while this water looks still nasty and disgusting, I mean, it does still have contamination within it. There's still enough actual regular water in there that we can pump out of it safely. I remembered to cut my water pump back on this time. We didn't run out of water, but I did remember to cut it back on before we got close to running out of water. I guess I can cut this one back on for the moment, for the time being, because we have beavers with no jobs. Oh, they finished that. I can grab this wood up here if I put Oh, you can actually make it. But I'm going to put another lumberjack flag up here to grab all this wood up here. Ooh, alright. So we got another drought approaching. It is cycle 4, day 4, which means we're going to have 7 days total of water, which is fine. As with over here, which I set this up so I'll be able to extract metal once I unlock the scavenger. I'm going to set this up so I will be able to get bad water from this giant pool of it here, because that is a good place to get bad water from. And yep, I think I'm going to path all the way over here, so when I get ready to, I will be able to put levees to dam this off so that stops flowing into there. Okay. So if I pause this one, and I think I'm going to get rid of this one. Yeah, I don't need this one. But I think I will keep this one as a backup water pump just in case, after this one's built, just to be on the safe side. All right, so we got those pumps over there pumping now. We're cooking. Let's see. I'm actually starting to stock kohlrabies. That's a nice turn. So if you're wondering why I have 2 focused on harvesting while 1 I'm planting, it takes twice as long to harvest a set of kohlrabies as it does to plant them. That was something I just noticed while I was watching it, and I actually think I'm going to plant some more kohlrabies here And I think a little bit more here. All right, cycle 4, day 7. Our drought started. It's a 12-day drought. We should be good.
A few moments later.
All right, it is cycle 4, day 9. We still got like 10 days left on the drought. And I wanted to give you an update. I know I said I was waiting on building housing, but I came to a point where I'm not in a surplus of wood, but I feel that I'm at a point where it's okay to build housing and raise the well-being. In that note, I've also paused one of the breeding pods because once our well-being goes up, it's going to allow our beavers to live longer. So 2 should be able to sustain me right around a population of 20. If I'm remembering correctly, I could be wrong. It could be a little bit higher. But I don't want my population to get too high. But also I'm treating these as temporary housing. So what the overall plan is we're going to start building our industrial center in this basin. We're going to build our housing over this basin. So we're going to build our housing, we're going to build our food, everything that we can build over the water, we will build. That's not going to have to do with requiring power, I guess is the best way to say. So like our lumber mills and our explosives factory, when we get to that stuff, it's all going to be over here in this area, because we want to keep as much of the land for trees and plant and like food and everything as we can.
Everybody got that?
Finish unlocking the double platform, and then I'm going to go to the gear workshop, which is underwood. Then I'm going to unlock the gear workshop. All right, we're at well-being 4. I'm going to go to the gear workshop, because once I go to the gear workshop, the next thing is to get medium tanks, which will take up more space but provide more water. And so that is the goal with that, to get to medium tanks so we can have larger water storage, so I'm not relying on all of these tiny tanks. And then we are going to go to the metal so we can get the scavenger flag. So then I can do a smelter and an explosives factory. In that order. I need the smelter first, then the explosives factory. Once I get the explosives factory built, we're going to start demolishing area, which I'm going to use this for bad water, but I think I'm also going to need a bad water pump. And I think I'm going to build one over here to try and siphon this bad water out of here so there's more clean water. It won't run as efficiently as if it was over here, but I think that'll be an interesting counterpoint to use to do this. Woohoo! Cycle 5, day 1. So we're sustaining about a 21 beaver population right now, which is good. That's about where I want to be. We put another science and another inventor in so we could get science at a greater rate. We built out our platform to put the bad water pump to start trying to get the bad water out of here. I have a feeling the next one is going to be a bad tide anyway. But we also put in a gear workshop so we could start getting gears, because the next thing we need is a medium tank, which, good news, is done. So we're going to build 2 medium tanks up there. Water. Water. Yeah, I'm going to make one for bad water, but that'll be after we actually get a bad water pump. There's no point in making one for that now. So let's see. I'm going to take this down one and unpause this lumberjack flag so I can get more of these trees chopped down. Man, this dude is making short work of this one over here. So this over here, I am not cutting down all of these trees. I am leaving some so they will spread and grow. Just something that I would rather do now than wait. The other thing I need to do is I need to put those levees in here. And they'll get to them whenever they get to them. Not too worried about it. I have a feeling my next natural disaster is going to be a bad tide. So now there's a huge chance you could be wondering at me, looking at me like, hey coach, why are you not planting cassavas? So the way cassavas work is you plant them. It takes 5 days to get one cassava. So if I go to plant crops, at 5 days I'll get one cassava. But because they require fermentation, which is a whole nother thing that needs power, but 4 cassavas turn into 10 rations, fermented cassavas. So it's actually worth it in the long run, but I'm not ready to change all my crops over for that because I have tons of kohlrabi. I'm living fine off of kohlrabi and berries right now. My berries are staying full. And they're the emergency rations. But I'm not having problems with my breeding pods taking all of them. So maybe once I get a little bit further, I will dare to change over. But right now, not so worried about it. The one thing though is there's a lot of wood out here to be harvested. I can put in a large industrial pile for wood. So they'll go ahead and harvest that wood. Let's up the ante on that one. And make sure we have a path to go there because, you know, if they can't get to it, they won't do that. Oh, it's cycle 5, day 5. And we have an injury. I should have prepared for this. All right, we got enough for a medical bed. So we're going to put a medical bed here. Might as well just put 2 of them just in case, because if we've got one injury, we're going to have another one. So we're going to max priority that medical bed. I should have seen that coming. We had gone a while without a medical bed, so One more log. Who's bringing this last log? I believe it is you. No, it is not you. Garisha, is it you? Are you? No, you're not. Aha! I guess it's Valja. Valja is our savior. He has put together our medical bed for our injured beaver. And it looks like he is headed to get some much needed rest so he can go back to his engineering ways. So we still haven't gotten our hazard notification. I'm guessing it's coming on day 6. Our food is good. Our food is good. Our logs are... We've lost a little bit, but, you know, it's... We have all of this that still needs to be chopped down. And to tell you the truth, I'm feeling like a hauling post would be a good option, even if it was just 1 or 2 beavers at the hauling post. Because that would be their main goal. Is to transport. If I can get that finished. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can put it there for now. Oh, cycle 5, day 6, and we just got drought notification. I guess I lucked out. We're getting another drought. And not a first bad tide. But that means that our first bad tide is probably going to be a doozy. That needs gears. This needs planks. I need 2 planks. Like yesterday.
A few minutes later.
All right. So we got that. So I'm going to take 1 out of there and 1 out of there. And these haulers should help with transporting everything so I can actually... So my beavers don't have to actually do the heavy lifting and they can focus on their job, their other jobs. But with that, we've got a new hauling post. We got our water coming from here. We got bigger water tanks, which means I may be getting rid of these ones very soon. I might wait till after this drought just because. We've got our gear workshop. And actually, we have enough. We have 161. So I can get our... We would need our scavenger first. Then we would need our smelter. So we're going to leave it here. And I will be back in the next episode of Neo Olympus. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you liked the content I'm creating. And I really want to thank you for coming out and watching the video. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.